One of the best things about making mistakes is that not only do you learn from them, but you learn how to help other people. And so today, if you want to learn how to be in a successful relationship after a divorce or a separation, then stay tuned as I discuss three of the biggest mistakes, not only that I made, but that you can avoid. So, the first mistake that most people make is not allowing their children or themselves to adjust to this new process. So yes, you've gotten out of the last relationship and you want to be happy and you deserve to be happy. But before that could even happen, you have to adjust to what's going on now. Your children have to adjust. They have to adjust to the new normal. They have to adjust to life without mom and dad being in the same space at the same time. Whether you were living together or you always did things together, that's new for them. That's not going to happen anymore because whether you're divorced or you're separated, your kids have to adjust to you not being there. And that takes time for them. That takes time for their emotion. And depending on the age of the child, it takes time for them to really understand what's going on. If they're younger, they may cry a lot. If they're in middle school, they may have questions thinking it's about them. And if it's teenagers, they may have questions about how this is going to affect their life. And so they need time to process all that and to adjust to this new normal. They also need time to understand how to navigate between two houses. Because if you're separated or divorced, you're probably not still living together. They need time to be able to navigate the holidays because the holidays are probably going to change. They need to be able to navigate the family get togethers now, being around their different families, their mom's family, their dad families. They might not be together like they were before. So they need time to adjust to that. And then you need time to adjust to being a co parent. Being a co parent produces its own challenges. And so I like to describe all of this like you're juggling balls. So you're juggling balls. So now you not only are you divorced, and that takes time because there may be some grief involved for the children as well as yourself, especially if you weren't the one that wanted the divorce or the separation. So you're juggling that ball. And then you have to juggle the ball of your children's emotions. And then now you have to juggle the ball of figuring out co parenting. And then you have to figure out the schedules. And so you have to figure all of that out. And so you need time to adjust to that and adjust to the schedule and taking time to figure it out. How are we going to do this with the kids? You may start out one way and realize that's not working. So now we have to go back to the drawing board and get it all figured out. That was one of the mistakes my husband and I made was not allowing the children time to adjust to the new schedule and then not allowing ourselves time to adjust to the new schedule. Because right away getting into a relationship, that was too much. Being in a relationship by itself takes a lot of time and adjusting, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But just being newly divorced and trying to help your kids navigate through it and you trying to figure it out, that's a lot. And so you need time to step back and figure all of that out. And it takes time to do that. Statistics show it usually takes 9 to 12 months for a person after they've either divorced or separated in a serious relationship to start getting their life back together again. And so you need time to figure that out. If you're trying to get involved in another relationship, now you got to try to figure it out with the kids and navigate with this new relationship. And for the kids, it's a lot. They're trying to process and get their emotions together and figure out what's going on. And now you have this new person in their life. Sometimes people find someone new in a month and they expect the kids to move right along. Maybe you may say, well, it doesn't take me that long because, I wanted to leave the relationship long ago. But the kids, it's going to take them some time. So when you find someone new and now you're expecting your kids to be able to adjust, and this is why they have adjustment problems. This is why they have behavior problems because they're still trying to figure all of this out. And so give yourself time and give your children time to figure out this new normal. The next mistake is rushing into a new relationship. Yes, we know that you want to find love again and that you want to be loved and you want to feel valued and appreciated and wanted. But when you have children, you have to keep both of those separate. Your relationship with your kids separate because you're trying to figure that out, and then your new relationship separate. So I know that it may have the temptation to want to rush the two, but again, I said it takes time in a new relationship. There's things that you have to figure out about this person. You're not just going to bring this person around your children after a couple months or 2 months because the intimacy was great, but you really don't know anything else about them. What are their vulnerabilities? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? How do they handle conflict? And later on, I'm going to show it. Later on, I'll have a video that takes you a little deeper into the questions you need to ask this new person when you decide they may be a good fit for my children. There are some questions that you need to find out about them. But just because you meet someone new, it's not like it was when you were single. You can find those things out along the way, bring them to your house, but now your children are at your house. And you don't want to introduce your children to someone that maybe they were just someone you were having fun with. There wasn't somebody you were serious about, but now your kids have gotten attached to them. And you're like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work out because it's going to be another loss for your kids. What if they really bonded with that person and like that person? Now they have to go. So that's another loss for your kids. So you need to wait before you introduce them to someone new. Again, 9 to 12 months, because you're still trying to get your schedule together with your kids and figure out your new normal. And then in that period of time, you need to find out some things about this person. You need to really take your time and find out what type of person this is. And is this person going to be a suitable partner to bring into the life of my kids? And then the third mistake is introducing your kids too quickly. I know people are tempted to say, you know what, I can kill two birds with one stone. I can spend time with my kids and I can spend time with my significant other at the same time. But remember, you're still trying to help your kids navigate through this new normal. And now you want them to like this person. And again, like I said earlier, they're trying to deal with their emotions. They don't have time to be figuring out who is this person. Are they replacing my mom? Are they replacing my dad? A lot of times people move too quickly into the relationship. And then that's why they have more behavior problems out of their kids, because it's a process that happens even before you introduce your kids. There are some things that need to happen. And so in this next video, I'm going to talk about some of the things that will help you along this process if you feel like this person is someone that I want to introduce to the kids. So those are the three mistakes that I made: introducing the kids too soon, and not letting them grieve, and not even giving myself time to learn who I was and what I wanted in a relationship.